Okay, so thank you everyone. So as usual, if I'm not wrong, everyone that's joining me tonight are people who have been on the calls. I think so. Okay, if yeah, okay, cool, yay. So what we're gonna do is we are going to work on one request from every one of you tonight. So please go ahead to either talk to me directly or to type it into the chat, and I will be doing the strengthening. So please go ahead. If you want to speak, you can unmute yourself. If you want to tell me what you want to work on in the chat, you can just type into the chat. You can send it to everyone. You can send it to me only, whatever works for you. Hi, Regina, we're just starting. So we are getting everyone's request. So as usual, please put in one request. I hope everyone's feeling settled in your space right now. So if you're not, just take a few moments to gather yourself, let go of your other environment, the outer one, tune into your inner environment, and to think about one goal or one obstacle that you're currently working on and you would like some energetic support in. So please go ahead and type into the chat and tell me what you want to work on. Okay, I have the first one, so I'm going to work on this one. I'd like to strengthen your relationship with your parents. So generally, relationship, the word itself weakens you. You know, like 1 out of 10, with 10 being the strongest, you're somewhere around 3. And when it comes to parents, it's actually a bit stronger, it's 5. So I'm definitely going to look at, first of all, clearing all the definition of what relationship means for you. I'm also going to strengthen for you clarity, intention, as well as purpose. So however these 3 words or themes may link with one another, strengthening you to what it means for you, strengthening for the connection between these 3 words. So strengthening you to be strong, to just following your heart, and also to being yourself at all times, so that when you're yourself at all times, then whatever relationship you're in, whoever you are in connection and in communication with, you are strong. And I'm strengthening you also to, so you're much stronger in non-verbal communication, like, you know, sending thoughts telepathically. But then when it comes to words, you kind of like, you wish you don't need to use the words. Like, why can't everyone just tune in and use telepathy instead? You know, so that weakens you. So when it comes to words, when it comes to choosing and selecting words, it kind of trips you over. So I'm deleting any weaknesses that's related to human languages. I'm also strengthening you to all the languages that you are able to use, strengthening you to all the languages that you're not able to use as well. So I'm strengthening you to having evenness between all kinds of languages. And when I mean languages, it means that really any language that is actually in the infinite reality in this expanded universe. So I'm strengthening you to all of it, and I'm strengthening you to allowing yourself to have fun with the human languages that you have, and to be able to really select the words that helps you to express and, you know, to explore. To you, it's more like an exploration, a discovery of, oh, this word, and, you know, this is how people mean it to look like or feel like, but this is how I am learning to experience that. And then in your discovery and exploration of the word, then you will be able to really come into that fuller sense of, how do I engage with people? How do I use words as part of my engagement and connection in my relationship? So I'm strengthening you to all of that. So I'm strengthening you also that, you know, like, so because of that, It can be with anyone. But then when it comes to parents, let's look at it again. So I'm strengthening you to the source, your place of origin, and your connection with your parents from that place of origin, that source of origin. So strengthening you to be strong from that point forward, then any loop, somehow I'm seeing like a loop. So whatever loop and continuum that you have with them, it's strengthened back to that point all the time. So when you're strong to them from that point, that source of origin, then anything that happens in between are just storylines. Anything that happens or not happen even is just part of that. Okay, you're fine, they are fine. You're all looping in this existence, in this loop of existence, and you're free to be your own person. You're free to explore who you are, whether it's the same or different from them. Yeah. So with that, it feels pretty strong. I'm not sure if you're feeling any like remnants or you're having some thoughts come up for you. If you have, you can either speak up or put it in the chat. Then I will work on it some more later. But as of now, when I tune in and I look at this, then it feels strong already. Yeah, so if there's any specific that you want to work on with them, you can type in a little bit later and then I'll continue to work on it. But as I talk about the specific, I'm feeling a strain on the right side of the neck. And it's coming from, yeah, your connection with them in terms of, okay, then what does that mean going forward? So I'm deleting that sense of what does that mean going forward and how come it feels strong, but then it also feels like it is not strong. So I'm deleting all that sense of unknown and that sense of like, there seemed to be no change. There seemed to be no improvement in terms of more excitement and more liveliness and more ability to create together with them. And as I'm talking about that, as I'm bringing that up, I'm feeling tension also in the left side of the digestive system. So I'm deleting any fear that's coming up from all parties. I'm deleting any emotions that's trapped in the body for all the three of you. And there is a tightness also on the left side near the collarbone. So I'm deleting all the 3-point tension between these three areas of the body that I've talked about, deleting it from you. For you is actually coming on the left side of the digestive system, the abdomen area. So I'm deleting that pain from there. I'm deleting the pain from wherever it's coming from. I'm strengthening you to letting go of that, strengthening you also to be strong to like that sense of adventure and unknown, strengthening you to being bored in your relationship with your parents, so to speak. I'm strengthening you to be okay to be bored. I'm also strengthening you to be okay to exploring new facets and facades that you may not have uncovered about your parents. And more importantly, I'm strengthening you to your own passion, your own interests, your own hobbies. And again, as I talk about that pain on the right side of the neck comes back. So I'm deleting any pain that comes with finding your passion, finding your hobbies. And there is also a slight pain right across the top part of the skull. And I'm strengthening you to disconnect from your father. That's related to this. I'm deleting, again, the source of pain that wherever it may be coming from, whichever person is coming from, I'm deleting that connection. I'm strengthening you to be strong without that connection. I'm strengthening you to getting their attention. I'm strengthening you to not getting their attention. I'm strengthening you to being strong to moving out of the house. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm strengthening you to that. If you want to move out of the house, you don't want to move out of the house, but I'm strengthening you to be strong to moving out for whatever it may mean for you. But like moving out of the house, there's also actually some weakness in the solar plexus. It's almost like that sense of powerlessness that comes with moving out. So I'm deleting wherever that sense of powerlessness is coming from. I'm returning that powerlessness back to source energy itself. I'm strengthening your stability, strengthening your root chakra, strengthening you to be strong to saying that, okay, it's completely up to me, right? It's completely up to me. It's completely up to me how I want to manifest the rest of my life. And there are infinite possibilities, infinite solution, and there are many ways of fulfilling your duty or love as a son. But then at the same time, you are allowed to live life the way you want to. So whether you choose to stay with them or you choose to stay outside and then visit them, or you want to have other arrangement, any kind of arrangement is all possible. Yeah, so I'm strengthening you to all of those possibilities that you never allow yourself to dream of and to really think and plan of in the past. So I'm strengthening you that in your love and loyalty to them, that you're actually able to have many different choices as well. It doesn't need to be tied into that one tight spot. So I'm deleting that tight spot in your stomach. I'm deleting all the stress and pain that is contained within. I have to keep myself beneath them. I have to keep myself in a certain position, in a certain manner, in a certain way. I'm deleting all of those patterns for you. I'm strengthening your solar plexus. I'm strengthening your peripheral vision. I'm also strengthening your feet. So I'm strengthening for letting go of all the energies through your feet, chakra portals, letting out all the things that no longer serve your highest good, and that you can move your energy in bigger, better ways that will be more fulfilling for yourself as well as for your parents. So I'm strengthening for freedom. I'm strengthening for power. I'm strengthening for freedom, power, and love and connection. And also dichotomy, whatever that may be meaning in that whole equation of all of these connections. I'm strengthening for all of you to be strong, to let go of past energies that no longer serve your highest good. I'm strengthening for all the vortices of energy in your solar plexus to be filled with love, to be filled with light, to be filled with power. I'm deleting that sense of weakness as you connect to any other source that is not of love. I'm strengthening your vortices of love and light within your solar plexus to be strong even as you're being surrounded or when you come into contact in frequency with people who are not of love and light. I'm strengthening for flexibility. I'm strengthening for potential solution that is in the ethers that you have not yet caught the download from, strengthening you to getting the information in ways that will support you in everyday daily living, seeing it in your immediate environment and understanding what to do with it, strengthening you to having fun, strengthening you to be strong to local languages, strengthening you to be strong to local culture, strengthening you to be strong to being of different worlds and being just that one being in this world at the moment. Whatever that may mean for you, strengthening you to all of this. Okay, that feels better now. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the next one. Okay, so next one, you notice that you have a pattern of oversharing from time to time, and you catch it after you have done so almost immediately, and then sigh because it's too late, you feel a bit embarrassed. Okay, so I'm strengthening you to feeling sheepish about your own oversharing, strengthening you to all your various expressions of oversharing. And I'm deleting that sense of, oh my gosh, does people even understand who I am? Or, is it okay if I present myself in this light to others? Do they think that I am silly, immature, too girlish, like too naive, and all of that? So I'm deleting all those thought forms that you have after you overshare. And I'm deleting that sense of it's cute in the sense of like after you overshare, there's that sense of like girlish joyfulness, youthfulness, but then that's the part that you also feel like, is that okay or not okay? So I'm deleting all the thinking, I'm deleting all that sense of self-consciousness about whether it's okay or not okay. And I'm also strengthening your heart chakra. I'm strengthening your heart to be strong to all kinds of expression of who you are, all kinds of experiences that you may tell to people that you feel may or may not be in your best interest sometimes. I'm deleting all hurts and pains and uh, hurts and pain that's coming from other lifetimes when you overshare. So wherever those sources are coming from, I'm strengthening you for all of those experiences accumulated across time, space, and dimension. I'm deleting it from your neck. I'm also deleting it from your spatial chakra, whatever that may mean. I don't know what that means, but it's inside. There's this thing inside you, and I'm deleting it from the tubes of information out of your solar plexus, out of your energetic body. I'm strengthening it to go back to source. And I'm strengthening you on all levels, especially on the spiritual level, to be okay with all the experiences that you have shared with other people. I'm deleting any sense of loss of power that comes with giving out information about yourself to other people, again, across time, space, and dimension. I'm deleting all impure thoughts, impure meaning like judgmental, non-loving, that's coming from other people, other timelines, other spaces. And I'm deleting it from your heart chakra. I'm deleting it from the cavity of your heart. I'm deleting it from that spatial chakra, whatever that may be, inside your energetic system. So I'm strengthening you to the disparity between when you are very excitedly sharing and the cool cucumber side of you. So I'm strengthening you to be okay, again, with all facets of yourself, with all the expressions of who you are, and that it's okay for you, it's okay for other people, and it's okay generally, in all the infinite contour of life where all of your information is kind of like out there. So I'm strengthening you to be okay and strong to that. I'm strengthening your entire torso, upper torso, deleting any stress and tension from holding back your joy. I'm deleting 400 experiences in the present that weakens you, whatever those experiences are, whatever that may be related to. We don't need to know where and what that is coming from. Yeah, so it feels stronger now, feels much stronger now. So whether you overshare or not, whether you think you're oversharing or not, it shouldn't energetically weaken you anymore. Yeah. So I feel a lot stronger now. So let me know again if you feel like, okay, something's coming up, or something else is coming out of our system as we're doing this. You can type it in to the chat, and then I'll look at it again. So I'm going to move on to the next request. You're welcome. So next request, be faster in getting in touch with the heart, listening to it and acting on the prompt to gain more energy and to sustain it, and to be intentional and joyful in pursuing roles, to win them and be purposeful in life again. So all the other things that you've been talking about, like be faster in getting in touch with heart, listening to it, acting on a prompt, more energy, more joy, those are fine. Those feels really strong. What is actually weakening you is to be purposeful in life again. Like that being purposeful in life again, immediately the energy drops to a 3. The rest are all 10, but it immediately drops to a 3. And it's that sense of judgment of, I was purposeful before, but I'm no longer purposeful, and I don't know what my purpose is. And then I don't know if I matter. I don't know if, because if I'm not winning the roles, then maybe, maybe that's not my purpose. Maybe I am not good enough for the purpose. Like, there's a lot of underlying thoughts around being purposeful in life again. So I'm deleting whatever underlying thoughts that's making you feel like I'm not purposeful in life. And because you feel like you're not purposeful in life right now, and you may never get it. And then, there's that sense of like, it's not that it's not there, but I need to be purposeful in life again. Yeah. So I'm deleting that thought form of, again, I'm strengthening you to be okay that, it's like you're already purposeful right now. Whether you consciously know your purpose or whether you can articulate your purpose, right? You are purposeful already. So the purposeful is that you're pursuing to know yourself. So you already are doing it. But when you say be purposeful in life, again, there's that sense of like, I need to matter more. I need to matter more in this world. And then that's what makes you feel like I'm not yet. So deleting that sense of I am not right now, I'm not yet, and strengthening you to I already am purposeful. I'm seeking other roles. I'm seeking new life. I'm seeking new sense of self, and I'm seeking a renewal in the way I can show up in this world. And I'm deleting all the patterns that's stuck in the skull. I'm deleting information in the skull, in the bones that no longer serve your highest good. I'm strengthening for releasing and opening of further encoded information that's embedded in your being, strengthening for your sense of connection to your personal power, strengthening also the crown chakra to open up and to receive even more information, more light, more encodement. And when we talk about that, there's a certain achiness around the jaw, the certain achiness around the knees. I'm deleting any weight on the knee. I'm deleting all the weight around the jaw that's coming from the back of the head. I'm deleting any information that's weighing down on your bones, on your knees, as well as on your prefrontal cortex. I'm strengthening your prefrontal cortex to make more matter inside that will help you to get to decisions even smarter and faster, strengthening you to feeling the synapses in your body, the firing of the neurons to be even more lively and even more responsive for you. I'm strengthening you to aging, not aging, fitness, no fitness, clarity, no clarity, and I'm strengthening you to be strong, whether you're finding something to do right now or not. I'm deleting that sense of I can't find anything that I like. And I'm strengthening for that sense of I don't like them, they don't like me. I want to like them. I want them to like me. Deleting all of those. I'm strengthening you to let me find something, anything. Let me go in and do anything. And then that is a starting point. So I'm strengthening you to that starting point. I'm strengthening you to not judging situations, outcome, people. I'm strengthening you to exploration in terms of let me get into this one space, do something, and then experience that in that being in that spot of whatever role that is available, that you are actually seeding that part of yourself, you are plugging in to nourish. And then in that nourishment, in that plugging in, you can then begin to sense again, like, okay, how do I want to grow? Do I want to grow here? How can I grow more here? Like, so you would be able to sit into that one place, grow yourself in that one place, and then find new life and renewal in a seemingly whatever role it is, that you are able to plug into that space and then grow from that space. So I'm strengthening you to that. I'm deleting any sense of powerlessness in your solar plexus. I'm deleting all the madness of time and the madness of accumulative experiences. I'm deleting karmic responses from all timelines in the vortex of energy that's inside your solar plexus. I'm deleting all the last remnants of that vortex of energy, and I'm letting that energy go back to source. I'm strengthening for freeing. I'm strengthening for karma, no karma, responses, no responses, reaction, no reaction, story, no story, help, no help, victim, not victim. I'm strengthening for whatever all of these may mean, meaning or no meaning, and I'm strengthening you to letting go of all of that. I'm strengthening you to just being strong to enjoy life and to allowing yourself to do one thing at a time, no matter what that role is. Just go do it and not thinking about, what does this mean in the whole big scheme of things? What does it mean in relationship to my past? What does it mean in relationship to my future? But then if there's an available role that you say, hey, let me plug in now and have an adventure and see how that feels for myself. So I'm strengthening you to that. Yeah, so that feels strong. You are welcome. Okay, I'm going to work on the next one. The next request is you want to work on clearing the sense of emptiness from disconnection with relationship with close ones and sense of loss in finding your own belonging and value. And as I'm reading that, immediately there's a pain on the left side of the skull. I'm deleting any pain that's coming from the left side of the skull. I'm deleting all the electrical charges that's surrounding memories and thoughts that's related to thinking about past relationship and past loved ones. I'm strengthening you to be strong in all physical environment. I'm strengthening you to be strong to reconnect with memories of spaces from past timelines in your relationship. And I'm strengthening you also to loss. I'm strengthening you to the word loss in itself. I'm deleting all that pain and upset and stuck energy that's related to the word loss in itself. So I'm strengthening you to be okay with the word, the articulation of the word, the pronunciation of the word, the thought form, and the definition meanings. That's all related to the word loss. I'm strengthening you to all of it. And I'm strengthening you to be strong to seeing, not seeing, being triggered, not being triggered by the word and all the associative symbols, energy, thoughts, feelings, and emotions that's related to this word. And when we talk about the loss, then, there's this part of you that's, again, frozen in space. And we want to delete that. I'm strengthening you to being in that space, but not dwelling in the space. So because there's a sense of loss, then it feels like there's a hole, a gaping hole inside there where nothing can fill it. So I'm deleting all of that sense of nothing can feel that sense of loss. Nothing can feel that sense of void, and nobody is around you to support you. I'm deleting all the times where you feel that when you were lost in your lost, L-O-S-T, in the relationship and feeling that void and that loss, and nobody is around you and nobody is able to help you. I'm deleting all of that that's coming up for you. I'm deleting it from your solar plexus. I'm deleting it from the spaces in between your cells, especially in the outer membranes of the cells. I'm deleting it down to -0 infinity quantum particle level, strengthening you to, it's okay to have losses. Losses in life sometimes leads to other things. Losses in life sometimes lead to better things. I'm strengthening you to hearing your own story of loss. It's almost like you don't dare to look at your loss, and because you don't dare to look at your loss, you don't dare to articulate your loss, then you cannot talk about the rest of the beautiful story that happens as a result of the loss. So I'm strengthening you to strong to talk about your losses, and then strong to talk about the good things that happens after the losses. and to continue to celebrate the good things and the beautiful things that happen, and to grow in that direction of let's find the beautiful vines that is leading me to a beautiful, more abundant garden after that loss. Yeah, so I'm deleting any pain that is lodged somewhere in the middle, slightly to the left side in your stomach. There's a hard knot there, and that knot is coming from fear. I'm deleting all the fear that's in the knot. I'm deleting that fear that keeps you frozen in time. And frozen, so rather than, it's not just time, it's actually space. And the wideness of that space, I'm deleting all of the pain, deleting all the sense of you are plastered into that time space in that one moment. I'm deleting that one moment. I'm strengthening you to letting go of all of that now. I'm deleting it from the back of your neck. I'm deleting whatever string of energy that's coming from. I'm sending all that string of energy back. I'm strengthening you to go back to your own source. I'm strengthening you to changing form. I'm strengthening you to allowing for visible changes. I'm strengthening the back. It's like there's a big plug of energy at the back that's pulling you to a bigger source of energy, but you're not able to get out of the energy. Neither are you able to shrink from it. Neither are you able to manifest a different form out of it. So I'm deleting all of that. I'm strengthening you to let go of that source of wherever that bigger sense of energy is coming from that's keeping you stuck there. I'm dissolving the cords. I'm strengthening for fear, no fear. And I'm strengthening you to be strong to yourself, even if you're that one small person, rather than connected to that big energy, whatever that may be. I'm strengthening you to be strong to that. I'm strengthening you to recycling yourself, recycling, rejuvenating, regenerating your own form, your own physical form, your own physical energy. I'm strengthening you to be strong in all forms of your energy. I'm strengthening you to go into that cocoon, that ball of energy, and I'm strengthening you to meshing it all up. And I'm strengthening you to being strong, to allowing that to turn up differently. I'm deleting that sense of it's always going to come back the same way. It's always going to come back as me, as one tiny little person. It's always coming back to me as that helpless one. I'm deleting all of those thought forms. I'm strengthening you to be strong, that no matter what size you are, you can be this huge big ball of energy, but you can also be that one tiny spark. And each one of this can be as powerful, no matter what your size is. Okay, feels better now, feels a lot stronger now. Yeah, so I think there's still one of you that hasn't given me a request. I'm not sure if it's you, Sunny. Is it you? And am I getting it right? I'm not sure if it's Sunny or it's S Sunny. You can type in. You can actually type in your request. If you're not entirely sure, you can also just put one area of your life that you want to work on, and then I can work on it. So generally, I'm feeling a little bit of, for this entire group tonight, I'm feeling a little bit of tightness around the shoulders. There is still a little bit of stuck energy on the heart area for the entire group. There's still a tiny bit of stuck energy on the slightly to the left side under the breastbone. So I'm deleting wherever this is coming from. I'm strengthening the entire group. I'm strengthening all of us to be connected tonight. And I'm also strengthening all of us to be not connected tonight. And I'm strengthening all of us to be strong in all our family connections, strengthening all of us to be strong, whether we're connecting to any particular family member or not. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong, whether we have any karmic connections, contracts, that we have come into this lifetime to be in touch with our family or not, that we're all strong to that. I'm also strengthening all of us to cut any negative cords of energy, any negative cords of feeling that you have to be super responsible for them. And these are just tiny cords that's running through the back and also inside the left side knot of the solar plexus under the breastbone, and any sense of contraction of the self from a long time. I'm deleting all of those contractions. I'm deleting all of those cords. I'm deleting any strings of energy that keeps you stuck to this karmic repetition of energy with any family members. I'm deleting all that sense of like needing to be in contact so that it validates our own existence with life because of our contracts with our family members. So I'm deleting all the contracts now for all of us that's listening in right now, and also in future, whoever may be resonating and going through the same, deleting all the pain, deleting all the source of conflicts, deleting all the feeling and the vows, promises of I need to go through this for whatever reason our soul energy wanted to experience it, strengthening all of us, letting go of all of it now, strengthening us to be strong if we have gone through that, are still going through that, that we can decide and say, I no longer need to contact that energy. I can allow myself to be strong. I can delete all the fear of being alone on my own in this lifetime to explore more fresh, new, energizing, and uplifting experiences, strengthening all of us to that, deleting that fear of unknown, deleting that fear of, but if I let go of this, then what are the new possibilities and what are the maybe even the new hardships that I may face? So I'm strengthening all of us to all of these kind of thoughts, deleting all the thoughts that we have, strengthening all of us that the default sometimes is to think about the worry, but the worry shouldn't stop us from cutting what is no longer good for us and then to go forward towards what is good for us. So strengthening all of us to be strong to that, go towards what is good for us. Strengthening everyone here to be strong to circulation, deleting all the old stuck energies of joylessness, strengthening all of us to renewed sense of joy, renewed sense of gratitude, renewed sense of connection to the world, strengthening all of us to be strong to connecting with new elements, new thoughts, new versions of ourselves, new expressions, and strengthening all of us to the different elements in the body. I'm strengthening all the elements in our body, all the sodium, magnesium. I'm strengthening also for potential. I'm strengthening all of us to be at higher levels of potential in our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong to our physicality at the moment. I'm strengthening our physical bodies to support us to go forward stronger in life. I'm strengthening all of us in our root chakra, and I'm strengthening the potential of our root chakra, sacral chakra, as well as our solar plexus chakra to be 100% for all of us, so that we can manifest and create something that is more rejuvenating when it comes to our material life and our physical world, strengthening all of us to be strong in all directions, in all kinds of social settings. And I'm strengthening all of us to be strong to expressing who we are, even if we are in very normal, seemingly people who may not use the same language, lingo, vocabulary, and thinking as us, that we're still able to show up fully and finding the right words, finding the right level of openness about who we are, and feeling strong, energetic, and confident to hold back information, but also to express what we truly think in words that we feel are simple enough for everyone to understand. So I'm strengthening all of us to all of that. I'm deleting that sense of sometimes having to squash our true selves and to change our language so that we think that we are accepted by other people. I'm strengthening all of us to be really open in our energetic field when we are facing people, and then taking our time to decide what to say, what not to say, and how much to say, how much not to say, and all of it is okay, right? So I'm strengthening, no need to think about outcome, but just being strong to your own energy, and then things will start flowing. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the last request for tonight. It's strengthen on how to find a way to connect to yourself, self-sabotage, beyond lost, and need to have more encouragement and find out how to face or have an inkling how to face the current 3D world. So it's a little bit about what we just talked about, isn't it? Like that sense of, because we don't know how much to say, how much not to say, and then whether we are able to find the right words for it, whether people are able to understand us, all of that, right? So it's about finding that intricate balance in between. So I'm strengthening, again, it's like it's an ongoing thing, it's an ongoing experiment and experience. If you look at life as an experience, right, and a whole string of experiences, then every moment, every connection, and every interface or every situation, social, professional, otherwise, maybe with family, is a part of that timeline where we are experiencing a part of ourselves. So whether we so-called do well or not do well in that whole big scheme of things is actually very minor. But then when we look at it like, oh wow, in that situation, everything seems to be blown up. The proportion of who I am now, who I am not right now, how people are who they are right now, and what I am not, then those comparison, those interactions become laden with a lot of burden. But if we were to look at life in a whole continuum, then every single moment is just an experience and experiment for us to show up and to discover how we can show up. So I'm strengthening all of us to showing up in moments, showing up as we are, showing up as best as we can be. And even as I'm talking about that, so for some of you that not underneath the solar plexus slightly to the left side, that knot is showing up, that knot of fear is coming up. The fatigue of wearing a mask in the usual 3D world is all coming up. So I'm deleting that immediate. So for some of you, there's an immediate shield that comes down, right? So I'm deleting that immediate shield. I'm strengthening for it's okay not to have that shield about who you truly are. I'm deleting that sense of people don't know who we are, and therefore it's hard to live in this world. I'm deleting all of those accumulative experiences for anyone here who have that thought form in the past, and even sometimes in this current state of times. And the knot is still there as I'm talking about it. The knot is still there. So I'm going to look at that knot of fear, that knot of pain, that knot of energy. So there's spiritual pain that's carried over from a lot of lifetimes. I'm deleting the spiritual pain that's brought over from all timelines, deleting all that no longer need to be processed, no longer need to be carried. And there's also a heaviness in the internal column inside here. I'm deleting the pain in the internal column here. I'm deleting that sense of I need to contain myself. It's almost like you're containing the essence of who you truly are only within this very small funnel of energy inside yourself. It's like the essence of who you are is forever contained in this very tiny funnel. But because it's contained in this very tiny funnel, there's congestion there. So I'm deleting that containment in that tiny funnel. I'm strengthening for opening of the liquid elixir nectar of your divine essence to flow through to connect to your solar plexus again. So if you can imagine, if there's a triangular funnel here, open it all the way down, connect it, let it open through the nose, through the throat, through the higher heart, through the heart, and let it flow down and connect with that spot inside your solar plexus. So whoever might be feeling it, some of you may be sensing it, allow that to go down. Connect with your solar plexus. Let the true essence that's inside you now flow through your entire body. And I'm strengthening for all of that energy to flow downwards as well, through all your limbs, through all your nervous system, through all the meridian points, through all the veins, through all the tunnels in the body. I'm strengthening for all the connections in the body. I'm strengthening for all the points of light in the body. I'm strengthening for the pool of energy inside the solar plexus to start to loosen up and open up. I'm strengthening your energetic system. I'm strengthening you to connecting with your spiritual body that is also your physical body. So I'm strengthening and deleting that sense of lost. So you may feel like you're lost in the outside world, the connection, but right now you're connecting very strongly inside your own physical system. So I'm strengthening you to knowing that you're connecting in that physical system. I'm deleting what lost may look like, seem like, feel like for you, deleting that definition that you're lost. I'm deleting the pain because you think and you allow that thought form to grow inside over the head. And that stops the connection to the solar plexus. We delete all of those connections. I'm deleting all the thought forms and connections that lead to that blockage for the divine essence to flow down. I'm deleting all the prefrontal cortex activity that's related to if you feel like you are lost in the 3D world, you don't know what to do. I'm strengthening for new synapses, new neurons, new firing, new ideas. I'm strengthening for renewal in that definition of this human life. I'm strengthening all of us who's listening in to be strong again to processing new information, new ways of processing. I'm deleting all ways of processing in our body that no longer serve our highest good. I'm strengthening for new connections in our physical body. I'm strengthening for new electrical charges connection in our body that's flowing through, especially the back of our body and our legs. I'm strengthening for new electrical charges to flow through our hands, our fingers, and our toes to reach down to Earth itself and to connect with Earth itself. I'm strengthening for grounding. I'm strengthening for electrical energy. I'm strengthening for electricity to pass through you. I'm strengthening for all the electrical charges on a cellular level for every single person. And I'm strengthening for new life, new beginning, and new ways of being. And I'm deleting whatever the word new may actually bring as a stress to you. So I'm strengthening, it's okay, right? New sometimes means stress for some people, and we delete that. It's fine. Okay, I'm deleting that connection between new and stress. I'm deleting all the definition of what new may bring in terms of it's too fresh, it's too tender, it's not good enough yet. So I'm deleting that connection for you. When you think of new, it's not good enough yet, deleting that. I'm strengthening you to new ideas, new definition that new can be good, new can be fresh, new can be new itself. And, you know, even if there's no word, right, new can be a neutral word. So I'm strengthening you to all of that. So there's a lot of stress for some of you on the left side of the leg. There's a lot of there's a very strong clamping down of your own feminine energies. There's a very strong clamping down of what you can or cannot do as a woman. It's not conscious. It's even not conscious. It's actually just an old energetic thought form. And it's also a very strong, like it's pressing down and you don't even know it. You don't even know that it's pressing down on you. So I'm strengthening all of us here. We're deleting all the old authorities. We're deleting all the unconscious shackles that's putting a stop to our own creativity and putting a stop to our own loving ways of being, our ways of being gentle with ourselves, our ways of trusting that we know best, and trusting that a more nurturing, softer, seemingly slower way can be very strong and powerful and effective. So I'm deleting all the connotation of what it means to use divine feminine way of handling things. I'm deleting all definition of divine feminine that you may or may not have heard of that doesn't serve your highest good. I'm strengthening for divine feminine energies that is actually safe, that is powerful, that has its own intelligence, and that has its own timing and has its own creative force within. So I'm strengthening every one of us here as well to lovely words, lovely thoughts. I'm strengthening to attraction, no attraction. I'm strengthening to kindness, no kindness. I'm also strengthening to noticing for ourselves, first of all. I'm strengthening all of us to notice good feelings for ourselves. Yeah, so we don't need anyone outside to validate us. We just need to notice good feelings in ourselves. We just need to notice things that we find good and beautiful. And the more we do that, the more we will find the world will reflect the energy back to us and show us beautiful things. And in getting and seeing the beautiful things, then there is a less need for encouragement from the external. There is more ability to see, hey, I can find beauty in my life. I can find beauty in my projects. I can find beauty in just existing in itself. Yeah. So I think that feels a little bit lighter. Some of you still have a knot in the solar plexus, still a little bit of that. So I may continue to process that in a while. But meanwhile, someone has joined us, right? So Joy, I just want you to know that we have one request that everyone can work on. I've actually worked on everybody's request already. If you have a goal or there's a certain obstacle in your life that you're working through right now, and you want some energetic support on that, you can either speak up or you can type it into the chat and tell me. So you can type to me directly or you can type it to the group, whatever is comfortable for you. So you can put in one request. And as we're strengthening everybody, everyone gets the strengthening as well, whatever we're working on. When one person works on a request, everyone gets it. So I'm strengthening firing up of synapses and grooves inside our brain surface. I'm strengthening all of us to grow more gray matter. I'm strengthening all of us to grow more capability in our brain's capacity so that it can help us to solve problems that we may not be aware of yet. Because when the surface area of the gray matter opens up, then we're actually able to process more information and much faster. So I'm strengthening for our system to embrace that, strengthening all of our gray areas. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong to receiving. Okay, so we have someone joining again. Yeah, no, definitely never late, must be divine timing. Joe has just joined us as well. Joe, we are working on one request for everybody. Most people have already put in their request. So if you have one goal or one obstacle in your life that you're currently working through and you want some energetic support, please either speak up, like you can turn on your audio, or you can type it into the chat if you want to, just not, yeah, like you're not comfortable with that, just type it into chat. You can type to everyone, you can type to me directly, and I can work on one specific request. Yeah, so I'm deleting all counter activity that doesn't serve our highest good, whatever that may mean. Okay, that's just coming up. So I'm just deleting any counter activity that doesn't serve anybody's highest good. I'm deleting all fear. I'm deleting all fear, whether it's coming from, whether it's something new to you, you're not sure what this is about, you're not sure whether it's helpful for you or not. I'm deleting all the fear. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong and open in our energetic system, to receive support, strengthening every one of us here to be strong, to knowing and trusting that we can make intention to have support that is good for us. And we can also have energetic boundaries where we also set an intention that whatever is not good for us that's coming from other people, it doesn't reach me. It doesn't have a hold over my power. And when we actually receive support from people, it doesn't mean that we are giving up our power. It just means that we can recognize that some things in life we are able to receive help, and then it actually strengthens us so that we can show up even more fully. And we are also allowing other people to show that, they are able, they are capable, and they also have power to help and support and uplift other people. So strengthening all of us to be strong, to showing up, to receive support, and not always just give support to other people, right? So strengthening all of us to that, strengthening all of us to receive support in those areas of our life where we need it most. Some of us, it's in the physical, some of us is in the psychological, some of us is in terms of like receiving affirmation and validation of who we are. And for some of us, maybe it's in finances. Maybe for some of us, it's about receiving a role, right? So whatever you are wanting to receive in the next few weeks, I'm strengthening all of us to receiving it without fear, receiving it without shame, deleting all fear or shame. I'm deleting all blame. Culture of blame is very strong sometimes in some of our families. I'm deleting those, and I'm strengthening all of us to be strong, to just keep being ourselves and just keep experiencing and experimenting with life so that our energy can flow, and then opportunities can flow to us, then our creative energy can continue to move. Yeah, so Joy and Joe, if you have one area of your life that you're working on, please type it in. If not, I'm just going to wrap up. Earlier, we were working on a slight knot that's in the like slightly to the left side near the solar plexus. That's okay. Yeah, so there's still some of that. So I'm going to work on that. And then Joy has just shared. So ready to let go and move forward. Learn to be yourself, even though it's against the grain. Love to have support going forward. Face up instead of dissociating. Related to how you feel like you're starving and scarce. Eyes and head hurt, and not wanting to be here. So plexus is weak. Yeah. So that's the common theme tonight. I'm strengthening you to everything that we have strengthened before this that you have not heard yet. And it's strengthening your system to downloading all the earlier strengthening to receiving it immediately. The fatigue. So a lot of us here tonight have that fatigue. Okay, so I'm gonna look a little bit at the fatigue. So the fatigue is coming from a sense of wanting to shut down because the world doesn't understand me. That's the thought forms that's creating that fatigue. And that's the thought form that's also creating that I'm so tired to be here and I want to dissociate with the world. So I'm deleting that thought form for everyone here. I'm strengthening all of us that even if we have the thought form from time to time, that we're still strong to showing up. And I'm deleting the thought form as it moves down from outside of you, inside of you, down to your solar plexus. I'm deleting all that sense of energy as it creates that fatigue downwards, deleting it and strengthening to be strong without that thought form. I'm strengthening all of us to our spiritual vocation, whatever that may be at every single time, moment, space in your life, whatever that may look like for you. For some of us here, the spiritual vocation that we're on actually weakens us, it tires us. And that tiring is because in that spiritual vocation, there's a lot of need to be out of that control. And because when you relinquish that control and you let go of your will to effect certain outcomes, then over time, it's compacted into that sense of I can't do anything about it. And there's that pain in the solar plexus because of that. So I'm dissolving, disintegrating all the energy. I'm dissolving all the energetic ties from wherever it's coming from, but dissolving it right there in your solar plexus. But deleting all the remnants of it, I'm deleting all the connection and the lack of connection to your decision-making patterns. I'm strengthening your solar plexus to connect, disconnect from your prefrontal cortex. I'm deleting all the back-end neurons and synapses and spaces in between. I'm deleting the spaces to be free from all the information from before. I'm strengthening the opening up of the center of the heart. I'm strengthening to openness, clarity, forward motions, forward thinking. I'm deleting any stuck energy and thought forms that's still lingering in the prefrontal cortex area. I'm strengthening all of us to ideas and judgment about whether we have activity, no activity, productivity, no productivity, stuck or not stuck, frozen or not frozen. I'm deleting the sense of being frozen in time. I'm deleting all frozen molecules of energy and information that is in your field, whatever that is about, dissolving and deleting all the frozen energy, deleting all the globules of memory that is no longer supportive, and deleting it from your energetic space. I'm strengthening your physical body to be strong without this information. I'm strengthening you to being strong, to getting supportive people and supportive situation in your life. You're not trusting the supportive people and situations in your life because in the past, whenever you receive the support, it's like you are given promises of support, but the minute the promise is given, you don't find that people continue with the support. So I'm deleting all the empty promises. I'm deleting all that sense of you're still waiting for the support and it's not coming. There was a promise, but the support never came. So I'm deleting all the experiences for you that's related to that supported experience. I'm deleting all the definition. I'm deleting that waiting. I'm deleting that fearfulness about what if I say yes and the support never come again. I'm strengthening everyone here to any of this similar kinds of experiences in all timelines. I'm deleting that sense of support means it's just support. It's not happening. Deleting all of that. I'm deleting how support may look like, deleting all the idea about what it should be, what it shouldn't be. I'm strengthening all of us to forward motion and like really powering through to get our goals, even if there's no support. And trusting that support is happening. We don't need to wait and look for the support. So I'm deleting waiting for support. I'm deleting waiting to look like what support look like before you make the next move. We can just move forward, and whether there's support, no support, we're strong to it. And if support comes, we don't need to know how it looks like. We can power through it. I'm deleting all psychological thought forms that's related to water. I'm deleting all psychological thought forms that's related to decisions. Deleting all psychological thought forms that's related to people in the past and people in the future. If you were to see them, that reminds you of people in the past. I'm strengthening for trust. I'm strengthening for benefits of trusting. I'm strengthening also for opportunities in life. Again, I delete all timelines. I delete all thought forms about missed opportunities in the past, what age I am already, whether I still have more time going forward. Do I have or not have time? Do I have time in the past but I didn't use it? Do I have more time in the future? How much more time do I have? I still have a lot of time. I don't have any more time. I'm deleting all the thinking that's related to all of these concepts of time. I'm strengthening all of us to just move forward with what would support us right here, right now, and to work with what is right here, right now. I'm strengthening all of us, even if we have some physical discomfort right now, even we have some psychological discomfort right now, that we're able to move forward in terms of what we want to create. I'm strengthening all of us to however we look and feel right now, that we're still strong to creating. I'm deleting that sense of it should look this way, but it's not looking this way. I used to look this way, but now I'm not looking this way. I want to look that way in future, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get there. I'm deleting all of those. And I'm deleting all of that from the skull on both sides. I'm strengthening for evenness and balance inside your left and right brain. And I'm strengthening for that connection of the evenness to your solar plexus. And I'm strengthening for thinking, no thinking, knowing, not knowing, defining, not defining, and we're all strong to all possibilities once again. I'm strengthening all of us that even if we are right down to zero on the drawing board, sometimes it feels like I've been working on that forever and it's not happening. Do I have to go back to zero? That you're strong to it. And then, if you're not going back to zero, that you're also strong to it. I'm deleting all the energetic charges around goals and versions of yourself that was left incomplete at any point, time, space, dimension. I'm deleting all those that no longer serve our highest good. I'm strengthening for disintegrating of those energies. I'm strengthening for integration and pulling of parts of ourselves back from wherever we are. I'm strengthening all of us to be strong to collecting those parts of ourselves back. I'm strengthening for cleansing of all of those parts of ourselves. I'm deleting the parts of ourselves we have given away to situations and people. I'm strengthening all of us to coming back into the core of who we are right now, right here. And I'm strengthening you to have that same feeling of right now, right here, tomorrow, or, at any time when you look at what should I do? What do I want to do? And you can still confidently move forward. Okay, so with that, it feels a lot stronger, feels a lot lighter. Yeah, so initially I was thinking of doing this for 4 weeks first and to see how it moved forward. Still feels like probably we can all benefit from some more strengthening. So probably next week and maybe the rest of June, if I'm not traveling, I'm happy to do this. So there shall be another session next Wednesday. I will check on the link. If there's a new link, I will post it up. If you're not following me on any of my media, please reach out to me. Yay, thank you. yeah, so if you're not on my Instagram or my Facebook, please see if you can join there. Otherwise, you can also reach out to me on my WhatsApp so that I'm not sure if I'm using the same link. I need to check on it. So if not, please WhatsApp me and then I will give you the link for next week. So that's all for tonight, everyone. Have a good rest. Continue to work on the solar plexus bit. It's still, there's still some there. So we'll continue to work on that. But yeah, so feel more comfortable with yourself, continue to move forward, continue to move in all 360 degrees in that sense, and be comfortable with 360. Yeah, and keep having fun. So until next week, smile a lot, take care of your physical body a lot, get some sun, sweat, get some movement going, get some sunshine, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Scarlett.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Big hugs, big love.
Thank you.